teachers, everyone. With their blessings, we start. So, if you can recollect, we had come up to the Skanda 4 and story of Prithu. Prithu is one person in the dynasty of Dhruva. But after 7, 8 generations, and he is brought out of Vena. Vena was a notorious king. So the stories will tell us that always, in a dynasty, there need not be every generation that is good. In between, some wrong elements will come, like Vena. So hinge, because Dhruva was excellent person. Uttamapada was also was good only. So ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ in between the generations will dilute, and Vena is the worst person ever. And if you remember, Vena was not was just like Hiranyakashipu. He never honored the holy people. He never considered Mahavishnu as a supreme being, and therefore and he didn't rule the kingdom properly, and the earth had become barren. There were a lot of uh, what I should say, non-righteous things happening. People used to drink and enjoy women. All kind of morals and ethics had gone to dogs. And that time, the priests, the rishis, they create Prithu out of Vena. They uh, actually kill him with their mantra, and they bring out another being out of Vena's thighs and Vena's arms. Out of thighs comes Nishada, and he is a dwarf and a very dumb-witted, unintellectual, and a very criminal kind of person. He goes into the forest and he continues actually antisocial things, it seems. But in the from the same body, they generate from the arms. They mince that the muscles and all that, and they bring out Prithu. They churn out. They bring him. They use their mantras, and when he is born, with their mantras, he is invoked. Mahavishnu himself is invoked. So he has Padma in his foot, the print of Padma lotus, and chakra on his arms, and therefore he is considered to be reincarnation, one of the good incarnation. May not be like Krishna, but just like Vyasa and Kapila and all that. So he is an incarnation of Mahavishnu only. So then he is created, and another woman is created called Archi and Prithu. They get married and they have children. Now Prithu has to rule the entire earth, which has become totally barren, unyielding. It has it is seen like a famine. There's no adequate food to eat, leave alone dharma and other things. There's so much of poverty, and he has been generated, or he incarnates rather, uh, to take care of this whole progeny now on. So Prithu is created, and Prithu is honored, and everything happens. Then the people come and ask him, we have not eaten properly for several days. You have to protect us as a king. So then he looks around and he finds it is so very barren, deserted, everything. And then he wants to, he feels earth is a culprit. So it's equated to, like he kind of becomes angry and vengeful rather on the Mother Earth. So as per Puranic version, no, they consider everything as God, goddess, and all that. So Earth becomes the Mother Earth, who is considered to be actually a Bhudevi. But at that point of time, he doesn't recognize all that. He blames her for the current state of what is happening on this earth, and he wants to take revenge. And he tries to he picks up his bow and arrow and runs after her, and she turns into a cow, and she keeps running, and he keeps chasing her across the three worlds. Finally she surrenders, and she tells him that look, you are wrong in blaming me for what has happened all these years, all these several thousands of years. Actually, he says, you have not given the cereals, you have withheld, you have not grown any trees, as therefore the animals are also not there. So entire ecosystem has gone because of you. You should have done something. You have deprived my people, my subjects, my people of this earth, of this country and earth. You are deprived them. So that's why it has become like this. And how can I rule in this condition? So she says, no, you are mistaken. Actually, I used to be very prosperous. I used to give lot of grains, lot of vegetation. I had, and this, I was, restored from my access. I had gone to Rasatala by Hiranyaksha, and it was Mahavishnu who lifted me. And now the same avatar we are saying is in you. And how can you blame me for this? And you have come to destroy me. This is, if you destroy me, everybody goes, the entire, all the living beings, non-living, everybody will sink in this water of oceans, because I am the island on which people have to thrive. And I have been designed by Mahavishnu so that people who are created by Brahma, they live here, and they earn their karma, and they get lot of good things, and they evolve and attain moksha. That is the purpose of making a Prithvi, creating this whole earth. And here you are, who have come to destroy me. So this is not done, she says. And then she justifies. She says, do you know why it has become like this? I used to produce, I used to give lot of vegetation, but people did not deserve. There were so many wicked people, unworthy people, and they always used to cheat. There was dishonesty. And so with so I felt, what is the use of feeding such people who are not going to bring any good to this earth? And therefore I hid my cereals, grains, everything within me. I thought I could give it later, but they have decayed now. I need to bring them again. Now you help me. You create. You get the ray. You could make the level this earth, so that I once again start working. And when people follow dharma and righteousness, automatically the things will improve. And I am the cow. Bring proper people to milk me and get a good calf. This is what these are the words used. That means, if you take these symbolically, Mother Earth means earth was barren. So, in the hidden meaning of this is, we should get the right people to rule the kingdom. Only then when they rule wisely and selflessly, then obviously everything sets in place, and the nature also starts working, and the seasons also, because they create such vibes, and therefore everything comes back to normalcy. This is what is the meaning. So she says, get people. Then people start getting people to get Vedas, to get different agriculture. Basically, Prithu starts agriculture. He gets Swayambhu Manu, and then he levels the earth. He gets water from the earth, and then he starts. So everything becomes normal. And then he's now, once it sets in, so everybody, I hope you remember that Devas made the Indra the calf, and they got the nectar, Amrita. Asuras, they made Prahlada as a calf. Gandharvas and Apsaras made Vishwavasu the calf. Like that, they started making their own leaders and started getting the best out of this earth and its environment. So the earth was restored to normalcy. Now what happens? Now Prithu, he is no doubt on the earth, but there are different people here and there. He should become the sovereign, only one ruler on the entire earth. For that he performs horse sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yajna. Vandala Erdala, 100 Ashwamedha Yajna. And this Ashwamedha Yajna is to prove to the neighboring countries, neighboring states, that I am to acquire them. Actually, what they do is, they leave one horse with some warriors, and this horse keeps wandering here and there, and maybe it settles in some place. So if it goes about, let's say, 100 kilometers beyond our territory, then they say that is ours. If anybody claims that horse, come and fight with us. So sometimes the people who are there, who own that property or land, they say, okay, this is yours. They don't want to fight. We surrender. We follow whatever you say. You can take this as your kingdom. So like that, they keep on acquiring different lands. And so for that, he does. And it is not easy, it seems. I read the literature. they involve a lot of animal sacrifice. After the animal sacrifices, after they finish everything, then that horse is actually sacrificed. So this was the prevalent method. That was a tradition there. So this man, this king Prithu, he performs these yajnas. Yajna was the rule of the, I mean, law of the land at that time. If you want to conquer, I have been telling this, any with any one particular desire, you do one yajna. And you invoke the gods and goddesses, they will come, they will bless, and your desire will be fulfilled. For any some for children, you do one yajna. For kingdom, you do one yajna. To for prosperity, you do one more. Like that, they used to have. So this Ashwamedha yajna, it was done on the banks of Saraswati and Brahmavarta, seat of Swayambhu Manu, on the banks of river Saraswati. He does this, and now he will do almost everybody attends, including Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu, Brahma, then Gandharvas, Munis, Apsaras, and then apart from that, Siddhas. By then, Brahma would have created all these people, Vidyadharas, Daityas, Dattatreya, Sanaka. I hope you remember Sanaka was the first creation after Brahma, and Dattatreya, another incarnation. Narada comes, and the earth will start giving everything, and there's Kamadhenu, she gives uh, whatever they desire. All the gods and god, everybody is there for this Ashwamedha Yajna, because after a long time, something is happening in this on the earth, Prithvi, Bhuloka, and always the gods, goddesses, and people living in Satyaloka, Satyaloka, Devaloka, they're all observing. They have a lot of interest on the earth. If you see Bhagavad Purana, it says many times they come. We discussed about Shiva and Sati also. They come in their aerial vehicles. They are very much interested in the progress of the humans and what's happening on the earth. And the entire creation starts there, because this is very interesting life on earth, not in the Devaloka. Devalokadalli ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದೇವಲೋಕದ ದೇವತೆಗಳಿಗೆ, they don't have moksha. They have to come to Prithvi, and here it's very interesting. People suffer, they go through their karma, they struggle, they become yogis, they get moksha, some do not get moksha. So for people who are observing, no, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, it must be a very interesting phenomenon. So like that, they all come here, but they're interested in our growth. They don't enjoy, because even in, they always say, Vishnu, the creator, Parabrahman, he has created, but he wants to help. The eagerness, we want to get rid of this life, liberation. He is equally eager. I mean, he supports you in every way. So like that, they all come. Adre illi ಒಂದು hitch. Now when he becomes very popular, 99 Ashwamedha Yajna andre fully he has conquered. So like Mahabali, what happens is Indra becomes jealous. Indra ಏನು ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ, if this man conquers his earth, now next will he come to conquer my Devaloka? I am the king. Indra yavattu hinge kidigedi, mischievous fellow Indra. So he is also in Vibhuti Yoga, Vishnu says, Krishna says, in among all the devatas, I am the Indra, he says. So Indra also has Mahavishnu, but everything is not under their control, no? So they also can yield to such emotions. So Indra becomes jealous. And the last Ashwamedha Yajna is about to be performed, 100th, and it has to be completed. He steals that horse. Indra kudre katkondu ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. And that too, he will do a lot of Maya. He will create some miracle cloud. He does a lot of stunts actually to steal that. And Maharshi Atri observes, this horse is being taken by Indra. And he says, Prithu's son, go after him. See, look, he's stealing the horse. Avagella hengittu Prithvi, Devaloka, Swargaloka, they used to easily go. So he runs after him like a car warrior, and the great, like Jatayu, how it runs after Ravana. This man also, he goes on the horse and he runs, and somehow he will get it back. Matte ittirtanante, matte Indra irritates, and he snatches, he steals that. He doesn't want Prithu to complete his sacrifices, fearing that his position also will be taken. Actually, Prithu is not interested in Indra Devaloka. He wants to bring good to the earth, Mother Earth. He has been coronated. He has been told so much by rishis and all. No, that's why he wants to do something good. But this fellow, Always we see people confuse. Yaradru success aitu andre, the person who is successful may not even have in their mind so many things, but jealous people irtaralla, avaru what they think, what their mind imagines, you cannot even imagine what they will be thinking. And Indra is like that, and many times he has behaved like that. Even ಏನದು ಪಾರಿಜಾತ ವೃಕ್ಷ ತರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹಿ ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್, ನರಕಾಸುರನ್ನ ವಧೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣಂದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ಗೆ ಬೈತಾನ, ಹಂಗಿದಾನೆ ಇಂದ್ರ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ಹಿ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದಿಸ್ ಫೆಲೋ ಗೋಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್, ಹಿ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. In the whole process, there are so many people attending this yajna. Prithu will not be aware. Once he comes to know that, he becomes so angry. Indra, you are such a mean fellow. I did not know. He comes to know because everybody will start talking. Avaga he tells him, "Nin martin tadi ninagante ಹೇಳಿ." He will pick up his bow and arrow and he will start. Ashtralle priests ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, priests who are not rishis, the priests who are brahmanas, who says, "Don't worry." Iವರು advice ಕೊಡೋದು, "Don't worry, Prithu. You don't go and kill him. What we will do is, from our mantra, we will invoke him. Invoke madre, he has to come. That is the power of those mantras. And we will give him as ahuti. Andre, we will invoke and we will finish him in the fire." Ante priest will say, "We will finish him once for all." The Brahma comes to know this, and then he immediately comes and he says, "No, no, no, this should not be done." He says, "Prithu, you are Indra also is born to Akuti and Ruchi. He is also Vishnu avatar. Yeno ond idral madidane. You don't have to take you have done 99 yajnas. It is more than enough. Don't get into those." Actually, this Prithu wants to kill him directly, and the priests want him to they want to burn him in the fire ahuti. Says nothing of that sort. So you have done 99, and this must be a divine will. This must be Mahavishnu's will. So Mahavishnu is also there, but maybe in not completely aware. He will be in his own. They have not described that. So it must be divine will that you should complete only 99. So why do you worry? Finish 90. You have finished 99. You are successful. Excuse him. Excuse Indra, and let him be given another chance, because anyway you have got the horse back. So there, he don't be agitated. Anta ella he will tell. He will convince him not to fight. At that point of time, now Vishnu also comes into picture. Then after all this, Vishnu also realizes and he appears there, and he talks to Prithu. He says, "Prithu, you have done all this yajna and all that. No, now you must get this intelligence of true spiritual. You should get true spiritual understanding." Yeah. So because you have already done so much of yajna, so much of tapas, and now you must have real understanding. Iga Indra took away the horse. That was his jealousy. And what have you did everything correctly. You respected the elders, you took care of sadhus and all that, and you did this yajna. So you have done the rightmost thing. Now you should understand truly. If you remember, there are two things. One is for doing yajna as per Vedas. They say yajna madodu, dana kododu, that is also correct. But beyond that, you should have other qualities which will take you towards liberation, which will take you to much higher level. So why all this thing was done by Vishnu andre, Sunita, good evening. Sunita is my Piyu's mother-in-law. She has also joined today, so welcome her, and then she will be here. Adu avರಿಗೆ time odu ಹೊಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. So now Vishnu is telling, we are talking about Prithu, who is great grandson of Dhruva. Dhruva was a great bhakta, and so Prithu is ruling the land. Now Vishnu has appeared there on this earth, and he is instructing Prithu on what a great king he should be. Idu bhala interesting. Yakandre a person who rules the land, king or prime minister or chief minister or leader, or even in great companies or institutions, the head of the institution, how he should be ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಂದ್ರೆ, what suggestions, advice ಅಂದ್ರೆ, see, all the while you did this yajna, tapassu, ದೇವತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕರೆದ್ರಿ, you offered them ಆಹುತಿ, ಏನದು, ಯಾ, ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, all the oblations you gave, and they are pleased, they have blessed you. Now what else you need to understand is, you should now understand the true identity. Andre he goes into Sankhya philosophy. Atman, ನೀನ್ ಯಾರು? You should understand that you take this birth, anybody takes this birth on this earth because, ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ದೇಹವನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಮನಸ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, we have certain karma in the past, and that has to be exhausted. That karma has to be exhausted. Exhausted andre, why it should be exhausted? If we don't exhaust, we will keep suffering. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಮನೆ ಕಿರಿಕಿರಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ, we feel we are happy very short time, again you will suffer, again short happiness, more of suffering, less of happiness, because some things we would have done not only in this birth but in previous birth, which we are not aware. So that is one. Second thing is, you would have desired, you want, oh, I want a big house, I want a big bungalow, I want a car, I want so many things around me. Adella God will fulfill. Okay, take birth again. So more and more you ask, no, desires you do, you will have to take birth because you asked for it. So we take this birth because of two reasons. One is to fulfill our, repay our karma. Karma andre ketta karma, olle karma ಎರಡೂನು. If you have done good deeds, you will enjoy the life and you will enjoy whatever desires you had. That also is there. But if you have desired, that means you will have to take birth. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say, for every desire there will be one birth ante. Can you understand? I want to become rich, let us say. Okay, so be it. This birth you may not, but take birth again, next birth you'll become rich. And I become rich. When I'm rich, I say next birth I want to become Ambani. Okay, so be it. You'll become Ambani. So any desire, you will take birth, but it is not, you will not only become Ambani, you will adar jodi package irtade. What is a package? All the sorrows or miseries or difficulties, challenges, which you did not know. God will say, take this, but I will not give it alone. It will have other side of the coin, and that is all that you call it problems, you call it suffering, you call it misery. Adar jotege barodu. So ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಆಸೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಂದೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು we cannot do away with that. So ಆ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ, unless we are aware that this is not life, I should slowly get over the cycle of life and death. ಇದು ultimate ನಮ್ದು ಗೋಲ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆತ್ ನಾವು ಗೋಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, we will keep suffering and we don't understand why I'm suffering, why only I'm suffering. ಇದೇ ತಲೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಬರೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, you must understand, Prithu, that this birth, though Prithu is incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu himself comes and advises him, you go beyond this Vedic yajna yaga, idurkinta mele hogi understand ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ. Why you are here? You are here for a purpose. So he says, you must understand, this body has come to fulfill its karma. Actually, you have ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಾನಿದ್ದೀನಿ, Atman, consciousness. I am there. That is the truth. That will never die. What dies is this body. And Atman is different from the body. Body andre prakriti, nature. Body includes the mind, the buddhi, the ahankara, and this body, kai kalu ella, and identifying different people. ಅದು ಬೇರೆ. ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪರಿಶುದ್ಧವಾದಂತ ಆತ್ಮ ಇದೆ. there is very pure consciousness, and that is eternal. You must try to reach that Atman by doing good deeds and helping others, selflessness, prayers, meditation. ಇದನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. This you have to understand. And this body, I am just recapitulating whatever we have discussed. So same thing he says, whatever is told in Bhagavad Gita. So this whole world, we call it as Maya. What is Maya? Maya means it is ignorance, or it is a dream-like state. Andre idu yaudu, it is true. This table is there, this life is there, your husband or children or wife, everybody is there. But do not get too much involved in that, because that is not the truth. That is not your aim of life. Your aim of life is to go within, to reach me, to reach the God. Adu in real life, I have created this human being with that purpose. And I am giving Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Purana, everything, and I'm explaining. Please understand. This Bhagavad Purana is not only for Prithu, it's for all of us. So whatever unnecessarily, do not cry too much, do not be over happy, because everything is Maya. Maya means relative truth. Relative and the lower truth. Lower truth means, okay, you be here, but use this environment for growth. How you have to grow? ಅದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಮುಂದೆ. ಅಹಿಂಸಾ, ಸತ್ಯ, ಧರ್ಮ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆತ್ಮನ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಯಾನೆ. ಯುವರ್ ಎಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮಾಯಾ, people are maya. So but you cannot every day you get up, you cannot say you're maya, I will not talk with you. No, you cannot. But with the same people, same situation, our understanding should start changing. Idu maya ide, but maya ಒಳಗೆ ಇದ್ರೂನು ನಾನು I am through this maya only, I should evolve myself, I should improve myself, I should develop myself. So take the same mind, divert it towards better things, remove your mind from those sufferings, involve in constructive things, involve in helping others, tell those thoughts that it's okay, it's okay, the maya idirode hange, people behave like this, I will not be perturbed. And when you start going within and start doing bhajans, so japa andri, odudanri, keludanri marta hodaga, then what happens is you will start developing little bit of detachment, because you are attaching yourself to the truth, that is the atman or bhagavanta andri, consciousness andri, whatever. So how to develop that kind of detachment is when we go ikkada attachment andre detachment automatically ಆಗ್ತದೆ, because that is not the truth. Involving too much of our mind and thoughts into the worldly matters, whether it is emotions or materialistic things, is not the truth. That will lead to misery. That is what is told. And you perform your swadharma. Third thing is, first he says, realize Atman is different, then Maya is different. This body, mind, ahankara, ella Maya ide, but be there and use it for your improvement. What is improvement? Going towards truth, going towards God, going towards something which doesn't, it gives a lot of pleasantness actually. We'll be very happy. As we do only, we'll feel happy. So listening and bhajans kelodu, prayer madodu, meditation madodu, puja madodu, all these are will bring attachment towards other end. That is what is required. That is the purpose of human life. And then he says, do your swadharma. Swadharma andrenu, what you are meant to do. As a king, what you have to do. As a mother, what we have to do. As a father, what he has to do. Because now Prithu is a king, he is father, he is a husband, he is a son to somebody, grandson to somebody, and basically he has to take care of all his subjects. Prajagal nodkobekala kingdom andre. So you follow your swadharma. Your swadharma is your kshatriya. You have to rule, love your subjects. Next adu bartude. So before that is a swadharma. So what is our swadharma? We should see what position we are in. We are mothers, we are doctors, or we are teachers, we are students, whatever position we have, we should do our responsibilities without getting emotionally disturbed. ಯಾರು ಏನಂದ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನನ್ನ ಧರ್ಮ ಇದು, ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಇದು, ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ, ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ. When you focus yourself on the duty, no, you will not be perturbed, you will not be disturbed. Anybody says anything, no problem. My main focus is my swadharma. Even in Bhagavad Gita, he says swadharma. Swadharma, because swadharma means our responsibilities also and our aptitude also, what we are good at, skills also. Whatever skills you are good at, that you do. ಈಗ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So whatever you are good at, try to harness that without comparing. Whatever gives me happiness, I will do on that. Do your swadharma and be a witness and understand that you should not injure anybody. Yakandre he was about to kill Indra. So he says, do not injure, though we know that the death is only for the body, not for the Atman. So this we have to understand. Death, Krishnanu Bhagavad Gita ಒಳಗೆ ಅರ್ಜುನನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, go and kill Kaurava, because death is only for the body, not for the Atman. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ though it, so we have to use the same in two different contexts. Here he says that though he is not Atman, it's only the body, not the Atman. Still, by injuring person like Indra, who is king of Devas and who is also Vishnu's part avatar, so you will be injuring him, and that karma you will carry. And what happens to this injury and all? Now ಸತ್ತ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋದು ಬುತ್ತಿ ಗಂಟು. That will leave our body, and papa punya both will leave. Body will die. But whatever we have accumulated in this birth, it will go and with the Atman, and it will enter the next body. In that body also, it will have to face whatever we have done. Whatever we have done in this life, it has to be faced. So he says that Linga Sharira, it is a Linga Sharira which has got your senses, your mind, and your whatever thought process you have in this birth, it will be carried forward. So do not take this stand. Anta heli, go and rule the kingdom with equality. Raja should not differentiate rich and poor, upper class, lower class. Illa, you as a king, you must consider them totally equally. Okay, elderly, middle, ಎಲ್ಲಾರನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಸಮದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀನು ಆಸ್ ಅ ಕಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಡೂ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್, ಸಮತ್ವದಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗುಡ್ by protecting his people. What is the swadharma of a king? He has to protect his people. King who protects his people will derive 1/6 of the merits of his subjects in the life hereafter. Andre, see, apart by doing good to his subjects, by treating them properly, he will get some merit, good karma. Apart from that, our ಏನ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಗಳಿಸಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, the merit which is achieved by individually. Supposing, let's say I have 100 people to manage, I will treat them properly, that is my punya. Those 100 people, they also do a good work, good karma. 1/6 of that keeps coming to me. Andre 1/6 from each 100. So you imagine when you treat your subjects properly as a king, how well you will, how much of punya you will get, how much of merit you will get. On the contrary, if a king collects taxes from people without taking good care of them, then he will lose all the merits and will inherit the sins of those people. Ulta eradu ide, opposite also. If you take good care of your subjects, then their merit or punya, actually it's considered as punya, that also comes to you along with your punya. And if you treat them badly, and if they perform very bad, then you are also doing a bad karma. Their karma also gets added to you. So idanna yaar ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಮಹಾವಿಷ್ಣು. So he says, perform without any attachment, ಅಂದ್ರೆ without any expectations. Treat the, see, nodri, even expectations andre, you treat them well. Supposing they don't respect you, management, we are all maybe HODs and all, you are all HODs and all. So you're department people, or you may be head of the institution. Yeah. Am I audible and visible? My connection had gone. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, in continuation, where did I leave? Yeah. So he says, am I audible? Yeah. Okay. So he says, take care of your subjects. ಕೇಳಿಸಿದ್ರಿ? So
it's audible and visible.
Okay. So you take care of your subjects without any partiality, without being biased. And now he says you have done lot of austerities. Austerities andre yajna, yaga adella ಮಾಡಿದೀಯ. But beyond that is this understanding. Understand that you, by doing your swadharma, by doing your carrying out your responsibilities properly, by treating everybody equally, and without any expectations, with no of Parabrahman or Krishna, whatever, and you are doing your duty. Ashte, yaar baggeno expectations itkobeda neenu. Athara he will, and I reside, he says, I will read this statement. This will be 15th shloka actually. He says that neither the sacrifices nor the austerities, naham makhairve sulabhas tapobhihi yogena va yat samachittavarti. He says, I am not, neither the austerities nor the sacrifices can make me easily available. Easily available andre I am not here. I will not be seen. I will not be accessible to people just because they perform yajna, yaga, rituals. So adu idu illa. I reside in those who have control of their mind. Control of their mind andre no, control of emotions. Andre too much of desires, ಆಸೆಗಳು, greed, hatred, jealousy, all these qualities, all these are emotions of mind. When you control them, then you become closer to me. So I reside in those who have control of their mind and the resulting equanimity. See, when you don't have these kind of emotions, no, when you don't have hatred or jealousy, likes or dislike, I like this person, I like this, I don't like, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತ, it's not easy. All of us are going through the same. So when you control them, mind becomes calm. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ or ಆತ್ಮನ್ನು he starts reflecting. And what is that consciousness? Very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. Avaga, with that state of mind, whatever work we do, whether it is like a king or like a head of the institution, or even cooking, or even taking care of the child, or even any work we do, anything, because no work is inferior. According to spirituality, no work is inferior, but it depends on how we do that work, with what attitude we do that work, with what mental condition we do that work, and equanimity. ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ anything disturbs, ठीक है, I will leave it. I will perform because it is my responsibility. It is my duty. So ಇದನ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆವಾಗ he says, I am close to him ಅಂತ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. Entire Bhagavad Gita in a nutshell, Mahavishnu has told this fellow, Prithu. Okay. So because a leader, if he's spiritual, like our Modi ji, then his output or performance of himself as well as his institution, kingdom, country, everything will be very good, because such kings will be selfless. They are not selfish. They do not think of their family. They put the subjects first. They don't think of personal interest iradilla avarige. When they become spiritual, the biggest benefit of going into spiritual thing is you will consider everybody as your own, because ಎಲ್ರೊಳಗೂ ಆತ್ಮನ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ರೊಳಗೂ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ರೊಳಗೂ ಭಗವಂತ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. So everybody becomes connected. So therefore you become less selfish and you perform better. So Mahavishnu advises him. ಇದನ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪೃಥು realizes his own, and now he wants to leave. ಯಾರು? Vishnu wants, saying this, Vishnu goes to Vaikuntha. It says, just believe. That's what, as I said, Purana, and it is believable if you have faith. Okay, so now Indra also comes. He says, excuse Indra. So he says, okay, no problem. And Indra falls at his feet, Yar feet, to Prithu's feet, and he regrets, he repents. So he excuses him, and then Sri Hari, Krishna, Vishnu says, I have to leave now. And he holds a description in Bhagavata is, he is standing tall, as we describe, no, Ajanubahu, with Garuda standing. The Garuda is his vehicle. He has to go in Garuda. He puts one hand on Garuda and the smiling face, assuring, Andre, I am there, Prithu, don't worry. So whatever is conversations are there in Bhagavad Purana, no, they are all meant for all of us. So we should also try to understand through these conversations. So he stands there with hand on Garuda. Prithu now, just like we have seen Prahalada, no, he becomes very emotional. He weeps, continuous tears start flowing because Prithu is awakened. His inner spiritual, this one is, he was avatar only, but in between, because of that anger on Indra, a sittu bantu antandre, we also lose our balance. That is something which we have to control. So here also, he would have got deviated for a while. Now he comes back, and when Hari is about to leave, he spends quite some time. And you understand, if you see Mahavishnu right in front of you advising you, you become so close to him, right? Now he is leaving. So Prithu becomes very emotional. He becomes very emotional. Tears start flowing. He says, he feels that he should not go. But then that is what is life. Now he leaves him to do his work, and he embraces him, and then he falls at his feet, and then Sri Hari or Vishnu leaves to Vaikuntha on his Garuda. So coming and seeing Mahavishnu is not only seeing him with his Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, Stella, whatever advice he gives us, no, that helps us in our day-to-day activities. So uh, before he leaves, I forgot to mention, he says, ask me some boon. Yen kodli, enadru vara kelu. You are doing such a good job. You have been uh, brought to this world to do very good job, because everything is in very very bad state. Prithvi mele ella ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಗಿದೆ. You have to do better things. So what boon shall I give? He could have asked, let me rule for thousands years. Let me have thousands of children. No, already he would have become evolved, spiritually evolved. He is. So he says, what boon shall I ask, Hari? ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಏನೇನೇನೇನೋ ಬೇಡ. Even he says, you are capable of giving me liberation, because you are, if I ask you, you may give liberation also. But he doesn't ask that. He says, give me, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನಂದ್ರೆ 10,000 ಕಿವಿಗಳು ಕೊಡು. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನ ಅವನು ಕಿವಿಗಳು? Why does he ask for 10,000 ears? Anybody?
To listen to the problems of his subject.
That is also correct. Anybody else?
To listen to the
purification of his karma.
No.
Anything.
Why? Through ears, what he will do? How do the ears help him to purify?
to hear the bhajans of Vishnu.
There you are.
Sterile.
ಹಂಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನ ಅವನು, ನನ್ಗೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಬೇಡ. You have given me everything. Give me, I want to listen. He says 10,000 years with which I may support my soul in the boundless joy that listening to the words of great men on your excellences, when they speak about you, I should be here, I should have all ears. Na kamaye natha tadapyaham vachinna yatra yushmat charanambuja savaha mahattamanta hridayan mukhatyuto vidastva ಕರ್ಣಾಯುತಮೇಶ ಕರ್ಣಾಯುತಮೇಶ 10,000 years you give me. ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಿವಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ನಿನ್ನ ಗುಣಗಾನ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಮೇ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫೆನಟಿಸಿಸಮ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನದು ದೇವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳೋದು. But those who really start purifying their mind, they will start understanding enough of this worldly affairs. ಸಾಕು, ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ I have involved with so many problems around me. I have started solving their problems. I have suffered. Saakappa saaku anta Bhagavantan kade bandaga, Bhagavad Purana first few chapters they say. Bhagavad Purana, when you start listening and when you start reading, you will feel you have traveled miles away. Finally, sustagi banda, abba, I have come back to my house. I can now rest. You take a shower and you rest. Kaal chachkondu kurtivala, TV nodkondu aram. We all see, no? So, ashtu namage, we feel that we have reached that abode. ಆವಾಗ it starts. I should listen more and more to the God's glories. Because ಏನ್ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಾಗ ಏನಂತ ಖುಷಿ ಅದದು? Nothing is there. It was like falling into a trap. You solve one problem, you'll get into another problem. It will never be solved, because Different people have different mentality, different situations, and our karma is there. So if we start going within and listening, either Bhagavad gives lot of importance to listening, Shravana. Even I was not aware. I thought bhajans ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರೋ. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಎದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳೋದು ನಿನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಸಾವಿರಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ವರಹ ಅವತಾರ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ ಅವತಾರ ನರಸಿಂಹ ಅವತಾರ ಕೀಪ್ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಡೂ ಅಂಡ್ ವೈ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಫ್ಯಾನಾಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ when he comes no there is a purpose for every avatar with every avatar he tries to he tries Allah he solves the adharma and how he solves how things become normal idar bagge if we develop that taste no then we will become like Prithu. It's not easy. Only people like Prithu can ask 10,000 years let me only listen to you and then he says and let me listen to all these yogis ಯಾರೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಋಷಿ ಮುನಿಗಳು ನಿನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಪುರಾಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಐ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೂ ಮೈ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಿ ಡಸಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರನ್ ಅವೇ ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ I should what boon shall I seek other than eternal absorption in the contemplation of your endless glories and excellences? What is the meaning? Always I should remember you. Always my mind should be fixed in you. Always, because this gives me more happiness than the worldly things. This is how a person who is established in bhakti will talk. Person who likes God, who likes these things more than the worldly things, he talks like that. So he says, always give me a boon so that let me be absorbed in your own thoughts. ನಿನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಿನ್ ಹಾಡುಗಳನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಯಾಕೆ ಭಗವಂತನ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದ್ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಇಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು 10 ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಾನಂತೆ and that experience we should start enjoying, then only we will also start becoming like Prithu. Initially it will be difficult but we should all right. So then ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನ ಅವನು ವಿಷ್ಣುಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು then ಇದನ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ this is what he is telling Vishnu. ಯಾರೋ Prithu is telling Vishnu. When Vishnu before he leaves he says what shall I give you ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Then he says I should develop interest to serve the holy people, to serve the elderly. ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು I must see that in my in my kingdom the holy men are protected. ಯಾರು ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವರವನ್ನು ಕೊಡು and let me be in your own, let them ಅಂದ್ರೆ I'll take care of them and they will keep telling me about your excellences. ನಿನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಹಿಂದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಿ ಮುಂದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ I enjoy that. I want to give me such bless me with this ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ then he says Vishnu, I have now understood Narayana, I have understood bari yajna yaga rituals ಮಾಡಿ it is only an external thing. I should grow within, I should keep realizing, I should have this intelligence and I should remember you always anta heli then Vishnu now he leaves and once he leaves the devas, rishis, pitrus, gandharvas, siddhas, everybody leaves. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರಂತೆ ಆ ಯಜ್ಞಕ್ಕೆ ಅಶ್ವಮೇಧ ಯಜ್ಞ I told you no ಆ ಯಜ್ಞಕ್ಕೆ so many people would have come and then they all leave. Now Prithu with that yajna only he enters the kingdom. Now he wants to start ruling because now he is equipped. Nodri, even Modi he went to Ramakrishna ashram before he took the oath. Do you remember that? He has been practicing but this spirituality gives you selflessness and strength. Basically when you start ruling for everybody, whether you are ruling a kingdom or at home or in the office, you will have different people dragging you into different conversations, different emotions. You need that strength to be a good leader. So for that spiritual, last time also I told, SQ is very important. Spiritual quotient, intelligent quotient, emotional quotient, spiritual quotient. When you connect with the divine within, no, through meditation, through japa, through bhajans, through thinking, through reading, through listening, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ರಿಗರಸ್ ವೇ, ಮೋರ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ವೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನ ಇವಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ನೌ ಟು ಹಿಸ್ kingdom. He goes and occupies. He lived in a region between Ganga and Yamuna it seems. And then he worked for several years. He rules with good karma, no attachment, and he will be welcomed in the city with lot of pomp and show. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ, because they're all waiting for a good leader. So he goes. Now Prithu is addressing his subjects. ಅವನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ, that is also very interesting. Prithu occupies, he stands there. Description also very nice. Tall fellow, very handsome. 6-pack abs ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 3 folds of abdomen on either side. So it is 6-pack abs only according to me, because he would have done a lot of yoga, exercise and all that. Good food. He's a warrior. He's a kshatriya. Very handsome. ಭಗವಂತನ ಅಂಶನೇ ಅವನು. ಮಹಾನಾರಾಯಣ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರ್ತಾನೋ ಹಂಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ. He stands very tall with lot of radiance on his face. One is avatara, and another thing is he has done that yajna, tapassu, japa, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು, you can see that. And then Prithu says now to his subjects, ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, all of you do your work like how I do my ಸ್ವಧರ್ಮನು. ನಿಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. I don't expect anything. You should first do. ದೇವ್ರು ದಿಂಡ್ರು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. First do your dharma. What is dharma? Whatever work you have been given, you should do that work. So he says, you if you have any mutual discord, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರು ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ, abandon that. Develop friendship among yourselves and perform your dharma. You will be doing me a great favor. ಅಂತ he will address all his subjects. Okay. Then he says, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಇರ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೋಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ, ದೇವಾಸ್, ಪಿತೃಸ್, ಋಷೀಸ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ ಅವರು, ಯು ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ದೆಮ್. ದೇವತೆಗಳು give them the right scope, ಅಂದ್ರೆ bless them. Rishis bless them, Pitrus bless them, so that they perform their dharma properly, so that I bring back the prosperity and everything on this earth. So he says, and there is one statement he says, in works that affect post ನಮ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. One who performs good action, one who makes him do it, and one who encourages him to do. ಇವು ಮೂರೂನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೆ. ಗುಡ್ ಕರ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, supposing I have been given a work, I have to do one experiment. I'm an employee and my head of the department is there. So I am doing it. I should do it properly. My immediate head of the department also should do it properly. Somebody should come and encourage. So together, all the three of us know in this team, if we work properly and if we get the good result, results bidu, work should be done properly. Then that adds to our good karma in this birth and next birth also. It goes into your account of karma. It is like a bank account. Oh, we said that. So like that. Then next he says, all of you must believe that there is one God, supreme being. Avan mele vishwas idri. Because unless people have experience, no, not everybody will have faith that there is some supreme being. You must feel, you must know, you must understand that there is a supreme being. And all these days, Manu, Uttamapada, Dhruva, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ, they have Anga, they have all done tapas and they have realized they have seen Vishnu, and the Vishnu who came here during our, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರಲ್ಲ Vishnu, he would have come to the place where he is doing yajna. So I have seen that supreme being. He is the creator. He has got some laws. Let us follow that. Okay. And he says, believe and also get involved in spiritual activities. Your dharma should be to do your responsibilities and do the work as God's work. Kapila also says, no, two things. One is you have to, we have crossed time. One is you have to do spiritual practices. And second one is dedicated action. Dedicated andre surrender. Andre every day we must have some routine. Ondishtu bhajane, ondishtu puja, something, any of that. Puja, bhajane, meditation, reading about God. That is our spiritual practice, whichever suits you. Second thing is, whatever after that, we cannot sit doing japa and all. Who has to take care of housework and official work? But whatever work you do, you have to surrender and offer. Krishnarpana, Shivarpana, whatever you want to call. Ramakrishnarpana. So you have to dedicate to God. Iveredu ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ continuously you should be thinking that it's God's work and God is doing everything. I am not the doer, because can I do anything? I have limited. I can do. Hands are there, legs are there, everything. But who is making these hands work? It is a supreme being. Itara, you must understand. And he says, you must accept the presence of God and worship who is the grantor with. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ, ಹೌ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್ ಹಿಮ್, ರಿಮೆಂಬರೆನ್ಸ್, ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಅದ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ನೆನೆದರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಲಗೆದ್ದು ಮೈ ಮುರಿದು ಏಳುತ್ತಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಎನ್ನಬಾರದೆ, ನಡೆದಾಡುತ್ತಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಎನ್ನಬಾರದೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾವ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ರಿಮೆಂಬರೆನ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೇಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಸ್ತುತಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅಂಡ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋದು, ದೇವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಆ ತರ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್, this is a very important thing. Some people don't like to sit and don't do it. Go and serve the people, needy people. As doctors, we have very good opportunity to go and serve the patients, teach the students, or serve your employees, serve your next door neighbor. Somebody is not well, go and talk to them on phone. That also is service. Talk to people who need some talk. Nowadays, no, people are feeling very lonely. Even ಹೌದಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ, all of us are, we feel we are because children have grown up. Even if they're small, they're in school, and maybe the spouses are also busy. So talking to each other also is a great service. Whenever you talk, relieve them. Somebody is in anxiety, somebody is in depression, just talk to them. Anybody, yaro bro, I think $500, I should tell you this. In the US, one person has started one startup. What is his role? 1 hour he will charge $500. ಅವ್ನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಏನೂ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ ಮನೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನ. You just call him, he'll come and sit with you. But he is not a Alexa alla ado, robo alla ado, real man. He will, man or woman, they have a company just to give you company, because it's needed. Sometimes you feel all alone and you feel where to talk, whom to talk. Anta sir, aduna encash ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ ನಾವು. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ when we engage ourselves, when we do this service, no, what happens is we go nearer to God and we don't feel lonely. I will tell you this, you experiment this. I've experimented. When we start taking care of maybe neighbors or relatives or children and maids and what service minded ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, that God will be your constant companion. You will not feel alone. You will never feel alone, because that service brings him closer to you, and he becomes your what is called eternal companion. Eternal, always is there. You'll start feeling that you're not alone. Even Sharda Devinu ide ಹೇಳಿ, I always feel ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಳು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆನೇ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ದೇವಿ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಶಾರದಾ ದೇವಿ. So like that, sir, he says this is all there. And then he says, who is close subject, ನನಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ? One who prompts others also to take up this kind of spiritual thing. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. First do your swadharma and remember that it is God's work. Never deny the presence of God. Then he says, if you also encourage your fellow beings to do this kind of work, then I am very, very happy with you. Another 2-3 points and then we can wind up for today. So then he says that we should let the people of upper class, no, rich idivi anbittu, do not ignore the holy people. Who are the holy people? Who are having faith, restraint in speech. They understand the Vedas. They advise us on the right path, dharma. Anthor holy people irtaralla, priests, brahmanas, rishis, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು we have to give respect. So don't think you are very rich and don't condemn them. That is one he says. And he also says that you should offer them food. There are so many poor holy men but who are poor. ನೀವು ಯಜ್ಞ ಅದು ಮಾಡಿ ಫೈರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಹೋಳಿಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕೋ ಬದಲು give them food. That itself is a service. See how he adapts, he gets over that traditional ಯಜ್ಞ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆಹುತಿ ಹಾಕೋದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟು he says ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಂದ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಟು ದ ಪೀಪಲ್. Give food to those rishis, brahmanas, poor people who are in need. Putting a food in their mouth is better than putting the food in the fire ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ Prithu. So ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಹೇಳಿ, give them shelter and take care of the old people, deceased people. This is what I expect from the subjects. So see, now he is not only telling, ಈಗ ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, I want this from you all in my department or in my kingdom. ಹಂಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. Nobody tells about their individual growth. This is unique feature which is seen in kings like Prithu. He develops his own ability. Along with that, he sees that his subjects also grow in spirituality, in their service mindedness, in helpfulness. Overall, he wants that his kingdom should be rejoicing that God's thing, and he gets connected to Mahavishnu. So, ideal leadership by Prithu. It we wind up for today. It's open for thank you. Open for discussion. Any queries? Any questions? Any additions? How did you feel his leadership? Worth emulating, right? We should become like him only. Alva, isn't it?